Hey all, welcome back to the shop. So this woodworking journey, this is one heck of a ride, I gotta tell you. So I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos as I'm learning and trying to do all kinds of things. I actually wrote some notes down here. So 5 things that I've learned about or what I picked up on woodworking from YouTube. So got notes. I'm going to be like kind of reading this as I go along because again, I'm not that don't really remember a whole lot. So number one, first one. People on YouTube who do woodworking, they make the stuff look so easy. No, why is that? Why do they make it look so easy? Well, for most of them, that's their full-time job. This is what they do for a living. They make content. They're not like you and me who are kind of muddling around through the shop. So they make everything look easy. Just as an example, I'm trying to cut, a mortise and tenon, simple mortise and tenon. I'm watching the shows. They get their saws, they get their scribes. Like, oh yeah, just you describe a line, and then you get your saw and you cut the nice, you cut the tenon. You get your super sharp chisel and you cut it all out, and then you get your mortise. You scribe it all out. Get your chisel, hammer it all out. Fine and dandy. They make it look so easy. I go and do something like that. First off, my tenon looks like I cut it with a spoon. The mortise, as I'm hammering it out, honest to God, I look like I'm a monkey humping a football trying to cut that mortise with a chisel. I got wood flying everywhere. I got splinters going everywhere. I got tools banging off my bench. Yeah, they make it look easy. So if you're just starting out and you're watching these videos and you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be a piece of cake. It's not a piece of cake, okay? So people on YouTube make everything look really, really easy. So number 2, you're talking about tools. You want to get yourself the best tools that you can afford. You don't need to go out and spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on your fest tools and like your Veritas and your Bridge Cities and all of those. A lot of these YouTubers, they have Patreons, they have sponsors. So Patreons, I mean, they get money from their patrons. They get Patreons, whatever you want to call it. They also have sponsors. So they'll be sponsored by DeWalt. They'll be sponsored by Festool. They'll be sponsored by whoever, and they'll actually be getting their tools for free. So what I've learned is I can screw up a perfectly good piece of walnut with a tool made by Festool as I can with a tool that's made by Harbor Freight. So just want to let you guys know, you don't have to go out and buy the most expensive. It helps. I mean, a really expensive tool is going to cut a lot easier and nicer than a cheap tool. But at the same time, don't go out and spend thousands of dollars on tools if you're not sure if you're going to like doing woodworking. So buy the tools that you can afford. I mean, don't go out and buy tools on Temu. That's probably not the way you want to go. If you can afford Festool, go ahead and afford Festool. But if you're just starting out, I would not make that massive investment until you know that you actually like it. And actually, an even better way to go is buy quality used tools. So if there's a Festool or if there's a Veritas saws, hand planes, whatever, on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay, wherever, go ahead and buy those. You might have to do a little bit of restoring for them, but bang for the buck, it's going to be better than going out and buying a piece of crap from Temu. Okay. This is my favorite one. Number three, however you want to do it. I love the YouTubers that blast up on their thumbnail saying, I made $15,000 selling this item on Etsy. $15,000, $20,000, $30,000. Here's a reality check. You're probably not going to make that same dollar value as these people that are plugging that they've made $30,000 selling X on Etsy. So why is that? Basically, they got in at the right time with their product. So when you see people who are selling a widget, a Christmas tree, whatever you want, and they've sold $30,000 worth of that item on Etsy. That's because they got in at the very start. You go on Etsy now, and if you type in, pine triangular Christmas tree decoration, whatever you want to do, you're going to find hundreds, if not thousands, of people selling the exact same item. These people that are blasting it up on YouTube saying, "I made $30,000," they are the big fish in the little tiny pond. So they're not worried about you or me or anybody else stealing their lunch, because they're already the big fish. And then when they say, well, if you want to make money, you can customize it, people are already doing that. So they are not worried at all about telling you their secrets to making money, but you're not going to make money off of the product that they're telling you that they have made thousands and thousands of dollars on. It's not going to happen. So you're going to have to come up with your own item. Don't even put a spin on the item that they're selling, because there's already hundreds of people who have already put a spin onto that item. You need to come up with your own item to sell. So that's going to take a little bit of work. So you might be able to make some money off of your local Facebook marketplace or on Kijiji, but to get in the ring with these people who already have thousands of views and followers that are buying their product, you're not going to be able to compete. So yeah, find your own product. Don't try to start making the same thing that these guys are making. It's not going to work. You're going to get pardon my language, you're going to get your ass kicked if you're going to try to compete with them on Etsy. So you need to find your own item. That's one thing I've learned trying to sell stuff. Where am I? Number 4, plans. If you guys don't know how to build, if you're not used to building things, buy plans. Okay. I am not affiliated with any book with anybody else. I don't have plans. Maybe eventually I might try selling some plans, but I don't have plans. I'm not affiliated with anybody. So when I say go out and buy plans, I mean it. If you don't know what to do, if you're not sure about cut lists, if you're not great at designing things, buy plans. Buying plans, there's nothing wrong with that. It gets you started. If you don't feel like buying plans, go out and buy woodworking magazines. There's always free plans, free cut lists in woodworking magazines. Go to the library, take out a couple of books. There's always plans in those books. So I highly believe in plans. I've started off with plans, but I'm also fortunate because of the way that my brain thinks from time to time. I can take things and I can actually reverse engineer it. I'm a mechanical engineer, so when I see something that's on YouTube that people have made, I can take it and I can reverse engineer it back, build it to get it right down to a cut list. So that's something that I can do. But yeah, go out and buy plans. I am a huge supporter. I'm a huge supporter of buying plans. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or yeah, woodworking magazines, woodworking books, there's always plans. So go with that. And then finally, where am I? Number 5. Number 5. This is a big one. When you start building with construction lumber. Okay? Don't go out and buy a crap ton of black walnut, of cherry, of zebra wood, of purple heart. Don't go out and spend a ton of money on it if you don't know what you're doing. Construction lumber is the best way to start. It's cheap. If you make a cut on construction lumber and you screw it up, okay, so you wasted $3 on an 8-foot 2x4. Big deal. Go out and buy another one. If you screw up on a piece of black walnut, well, that's here, at least here where I am, that's at least $10 a board foot that you're throwing out, and that's something that you don't want to be doing. So go and start off with construction lumber. And you know what? And if you haven't tried doing a lot of these things and you want to, for example, say, yeah, I want to try making a river table. You know what you do? You go out to your local home center, you go and you buy a 2x12, you get an axe, you split it right down the middle. There's your two live edges. You plunk it down and you fill it full of epoxy, and then you work all your magic. You figure out how to get it all planed up and flat and level and looking beautiful. And there's your first epoxy table, and it didn't cost you a ton of money. You go out and buy cheap epoxy, whatever. Just get started, but yet don't start building things with really, really expensive wood, because as soon as you make a mistake, you're going to get frustrated and you're going to give up, and you'll be like, I've wasted all this money and the thing I was working on is crap. Nope. Go out and start with construction lumber. One of the YouTubers that I watch, Rex Kruger, he had like a series on like woodworking for beginners, and everything was made out of construction lumber because it's cheap. And if you F it up, you get back in your car, you drive to Home Depot, Rona, Lowe's, wherever, and you buy another piece and you start over. But yeah, so those are my top 5 things that I have learned. And I mean, I guess I'll give you a bonus one. Number 6 is just start. Don't be afraid. Just start. Go and tell your wife. Go and tell your husband. Give them a kiss on the cheek, saying, "I'm going out into the into the garage. I'm going out into the shed, and I'll see you in 3 weeks." Okay, just start and have fun. Okay, that's it. That's my advice. All right, so that's it. It is absolutely frigid again in this garage, so I'm going to get myself back in the house, and I think I'm going to go and have a muffin and a coffee. All right, thanks all. Talk to you soon.